welcome to another Vibrant TV talk show. Today on the Vibrant Lady Talk Show, we will be talking on succeeding as a Christian. Well, you would agree with me that when it comes to the entertainment industry, some people think that you either be here, stay here, or you stay neutral. But there are some people who say, no, we want to be at the other end, being the Christian or being the Muslim or being nothing at all. So the question is, which are you? Well, today on the Vibrant Lady Talk series, we have a seasoned professional comedian, an MC, an OAP, a TV presenter as well, who has shown that he can succeed as a Christian. And, we're here to discuss all of that and the intricacies and, ups and downs as it takes. Come on this journey with us as we have Pastor Talking Drum, Collins Ijendo.
Call me the name as if you gave it to me.
It's not Collins.
Vibrant Lady. Oyeji Okpala.
It's still my name. Okay, so Pastor Talking Drum.
Yeah.
It's been a long time coming, actually. And when I think of you, there are so many topics I actually think of, but for the sake of Christians and Christianity, I think we should do this one first.
Okay.
I've known you for over about 20 years now.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, so you've been a Christian all this while. So how has this journey been? Journey to be a successful celebrity, a successful comedian, and all that is in your purview.
Okay. First, I want to say this that there is this belief and this notion people have harbored for so long in their thoughts that you can't succeed in the entertainment industry as a believer, as a born-again Christian. I'll be speaking for my own faith, which is Christianity. And they tend to see the entertainment industry as a dirty industry.
Yeah.
Just as some people will tell you that politics is a dirty game, and all of that. So that same notion goes for the entertainment industry. So whoever tells you that's a lie from the pit of hell. I mean, I'm a living witness.
But people, well, no matter how you want to say it, except they listen and they just believe you. People still believe that entertainers are drug addicts, entertainers are smokers, entertainers are all the negative
vibes. That's all they associated with and all of that. And I want to stand here to thank you firstly for the opportunity to actually look into this, because whatever knowledge people are veiled of, it's what they tend to believe. Probably until they hear from other people's experiences and all of that. Okay, so you must not experience it. You can learn from other people's experience.
Actually,
that's why we're here.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's begin. I began entertainment way back. I'll go way back from the primary school. Those days when we used to act drama, Mama and Papa and all of that. I was a very good actor back then in primary school, my class drama and all of that, and I won a lot of prizes. All right, getting to secondary school, I started dancing. All right, I danced breakdance, Osha Raymond, Cisco, and all of that.
Yeah, you used to do breakdance.
Yes, I do. I still do it today.
But when I met you when you were still in the university, you had no atom of dancing.
Because I already tilted to what I wanted to do.
Okay.
All right. So so then I started that. Then got to when I was done with secondary school. In fact, in my secondary school back then in Lagos, the best dancer wears a coverall, a loafers, and the white socks representing Michael Jackson of the set. I wore it in my sets. All right. And then I had a whole lot of female acquaintances.
You're like the ladies' man.
Yes, a whole lot. We'll go to Our Lady of Apostle, people that stay in Lagos, Methodist girls. When we go there to dance, when I finish dancing Osha Raymond, I have a lot of them. So to a very large extent, I started seeing the red flags of entertainment industry early.
What were those red flags?
The red flags, like women are always at your beck and call as a man.
Okay.
As a woman, men will always admire to have you.
Okay.
It's a two-way traffic.
Okay.
So, so I saw that red flag. Then another red flag is if you are not defined, you are tended to miss out of purpose.
Because you think that's the goal.
Fame is not purpose.
Actually.
Fame is not purpose. You understand? So, but one thing fame can do to you if you're not defined is fame will drive you off the track.
Your purpose.
Because
you understand? Pride will come in.
Every whole lot of them will come with it. You understand? So, in fact, I'll tell you, as an entertainer, the most dangerous thing you should fear is not breaking through. The most dangerous thing you should fear is popularity.
Exactly. Especially when you've not really made the money, but your name is just
popular.
It's just going to be like that popular face, being popular and poor.
That's just it. Like I said, popularity is not prosperity. Mark that. So, I started that. So I, as a young child, back then, I was not born again. So I enjoyed the dividends. All right. Then, where the problem began is when my family wanted me to become the doctor of the family,
the house,
and all of that, and lo and behold, ventured into medical school. So I left entertainment.
Yeah, for a while.
For a while to go achieve the medical part of me, and of course met you along the way then, and all of that.
Met you along the way.
Yes, now while I was pursuing.
I don't like how you're saying met you along the way. Yes, look like. What's it concern your medical journey now?
No, we met as friends on campus. That's what I meant. Okay. I met you along the way.
Okay.
Like, I don't understand. Hello, don't mind that. But anyway, so I got done with that. In my final year, I was actually, now I am born again. And I can now ask some questions. So I began to ask God in my final year. So after this, what's next? And somewhere along the line, something happened to me, and which drove me into my wilderness experience, and where I had to lock myself out of the world to sought God, to find God genuinely. And September 22nd, 2014, right in my one room in Alu, God showed up 8:05 p.m. Like the way I quote the time and the date is to let you know that I understand what happened.
No, right from time you've been a very prayerful person.
Yeah. So
you've been the kabash speaking in tongues. But so you being a Christian has never been in doubt for people who have known you all this while. But you succeeding as a Christian. The other day I called you a church boy. You were asking me how people from campus. So you've been a church boy.
Okay.
So when it comes to events, are there events you say no to because you feel this does not go in line with your faith as a Christian?
A whole lot. I'll start. Think through, Pastor Talking Drum. You can never see my face on a bill of an event happening in a bar, beer parlor, nightclubs.
Okay.
Think through, you will never. Nightclubs. Then you see the events, what's it called? Pool party, that party. In fact, that separated me from a very good friend of mine whom we started entertainment industry together.
Okay.
I don't need to call names because
I think I know him.
Yeah, he dived into this other part, and because of that, I had to give him space. I had to withdraw. And funny enough, he started making it before me. He started seeing money before me.
Yeah.
And at some point, I was almost like, why am I still sticking to this stuff? Look at this guy that just went this way. He's now making money. But the truth is that because of the experience I had, like I told you, what happened that night, because that defined my purpose in the entertainment industry.
But are you saying that all through your life as someone who is sure that he or she wanted to toe the path of entertainment, you've never been to a nightclub?
Okay, what I'm saying, being to a nightclub as an individual, I have gone there to support my friends.
Okay.
For instance, I've attended Enjoy the Laugh Comedy Club.
Okay.
Which is done at Presidential, the nightclub of Presidential back then. Now, I went there to support him. But what I'm saying, going there as a brand, which is going to lure people to come. No, I've never done any of that before, and we are never.
Mm.
All right. Then if you have also followed me way back, go check through. Each time I MC a wedding and the after party, I still maintain my clean and classy moment.
You don't do alcohol.
And the moment it gets otherwise, I leave. Since I was born to date, I've never done alcohol.
Okay.
And we never do. I've never done cigarettes, we'll never do.
So do you intentionally preach, like when you go for events, do you use that avenue as an avenue for evangelism, or you just be like, okay, at the end of the day, I just need to keep it clean and classy? Do you somehow delve into the fact that you need to project that you are a child of God?
Yes. Okay, I'll say this. One of people have always asked me, how do you get booked all through the year? How do you, every Saturday you're not at home, you have jobs and all of that? You know, people were asking me the question, I didn't know the answer. So I had to take the question to God. Why am I always booked? And do you know what he answered me? He said, a pastor does not look for where to preach on a Sunday morning. He has a congregation. So he said, you don't need to find where to preach every Saturday. I will provide you the congregation. So every Saturday, God provides me the congregation to preach to, which is the guest at every event I MC. If you go through my page, you will see where I do altar calls at weddings.
Wow. Don't you think that you've triggered people through this your method, this your willing method, because it's your method, and anyone who is against it is probably do not understand your purpose and your call. So do you think that along the way your actions would have triggered people to think that maybe you are overdoing?
Yes. A whole lot of people have people have got senior colleagues have got to call me up and like, no, this thing you're doing it's not professional. It's not professional. And I mean, why would somebody pay you for an event and you go there and you make altar call? Like stuff like that. Talks here and there.
But event owners, have they, or event
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying now. That's what I'm saying. The first time I tried it, in fact, it was the scariest moment of my life. I thought that doing that would even make people to stop booking me. But I realized that the moment I started it, I started getting more booked. You understand? So what I'm trying to say is that if you continue to sought approval of men over what God has asked you to do, you will end up shortchanging yourself.
Actually.
So I tried it the first time, tried it the second time, and it became a usual. I mean, if you remember when I had accident, I preached with crutches. Practically
for a long
time I preached my experience with crutches and all of that, and I know how many people who gave their life to Christ because of that message. And
you went to events and even kept on doing that.
You understand? So what I'm saying now, the truth is, learn to find a new ground. Learn to find something new.
Okay.
When you begin it, people may not accept it.
Okay.
When I say people may not accept it.
Yeah.
But as you continue with it, as you stay on it, especially when it's coming from God, the same one who gave it to you to begin will help people to understand and believe in it. Today, so many people who called me up back then and told me I'm overdoing this stuff, told me it's not professional. The same persons have come to let me say, this is not, I make my boast in God, I give them jobs now.
You should boast about it.
No, I say, that's why I say I make my boast in God.
Yes.
I now give them jobs. So you cannot see that but at that early time, they never, in fact, a senior colleague walked up to me, a reputable one, and I heard of high esteem even till tomorrow, and said, adding pastor to my name, it's not going to make me blow, it's not going to make me trend.
Because of the sort of conservative events.
You understand? So, but who cares about such events? Do you know how many Christians that get married on a daily basis?
Christians are the ones getting married.
Do you know how many Christians who also have clean and classy events? The problem is just that they've not seen somebody they can trust. And seeing somebody like me right now, it's easier for them. I get people who call me up. I get every now and then. I get people who call me up and like, we don't want vulgar jokes. We don't want this. We don't want that. We don't want this. We don't want insulting. That's why we came to you. You came highly recommended. You did this. You did. And it gives me joy because at that beginning time, nobody believed in that.
Did you even believe in it?
I did not. But I only stayed because this is what God has asked me to do. I'll tell you, the covenant I struck with him is, as long as you continue to represent me, I will continue to publicize you. As simple as it sounds. And all he asked me to do is give me one thing. I said, what's that? Pleasures. What are the pleasures? Alcohol.
Okay.
What are the pleasures?
Where God had this conversation with
I
you.
mentioned the date and the time. It lasted for about 30 minutes. All right. Alcohol. Women. I'll say it again. I've finished an event and women walk up to me and all they want is tell me they want to sleep with me. My PA is here. My PA is here. He can attest. At least he has started working with me for more than 2 months now.
Okay.
When in fact, I have finished an event. My wife can attest to this. I finished an event and sat down with my wife. My wife was sitting next to me. A lady walked up to me, tall, fair, and man, beautiful. And she said she has never waited for a wedding to end before. This is her first time, and she waited because she wanted to see me. And in my head, I've gotten another client. Guess what she said? She said she's just imagining if I am this vibrant in bed.
Did she use the word vibrant?
Yes, in bed.
Hey, please, that shall not use my name.
and all I simply told her is that yes, I am very vibrant in bed, but to my wife, and she was like, "Oh, sorry," and she went away. So women, it's one, like I said, is a two-way traffic for the
so
women.
So you're also seeing that if you were not a diligent man who has respected the commitment he has with God, there is a possibility that you would be cheating on a regular basis because women are even the ones throwing themselves at you.
No. The truth is that if one who is not a genuine lover of Christ cannot even be faithful.
Actually,
you are not faithful because you have a beautiful wife at home.
Yeah.
You are not also faithful because your wife is good in bed. However good your wife is in bed, babe, there's somebody better rougher. That's just the truth. So you're not faithful because of those things. You are faithful because you are committed to Christ, because you love Christ. You understand? So it's not dependent on who you're married to, either as a woman or as a man. Like I said, for instance, me not cheating on my wife is not because of her. It's a decision and a practice I even started before I met her.
Okay.
So it has nothing to do with who is in picture right now. All right. So if I was not a genuine lover of Christ, and probably if I had not had some of the encounters I have had with Christ, probably by now I would have been also one of those entertainers who go to events even in the same city where their wife lives
and carry another
girl. In fact, some of them change them differently. One girl per show and all of that. And you and I know that this thing called cruise has come to destroy a lot of things, where a girl's sense of reason is being shut down because she's
with a celebrity
attending an event at Aztec, AUI, and all of that. That makes her
feel like a celebrity as well. She's gonna get a gate pass. She's going to work hand in hand with this so-called celebrity, and she's going to sit at the entertainer's table
and all of that.
So they bust their head.
That's what I'm saying. But then, what after you bust your head, you bust your destiny?
Ouch! Don't leave me.
so that's the whole thing. So it's about personal devotion to Christ.
Okay, so now that you're here, there are young Christians who are neither here nor there. They are Christians actually, but sometimes their faith gets tested because they need to prove. Okay, the question is, do you think that young Christians need to prove themselves? Because being in the industry, you see where young people are trying to show that they are capable of handling several events, and so they are just showcasing their skills regardless of the events. Do you think that they can throw that part for them to be able to gain visibility at least?
Okay, I'll start. I'll start like this. The first thing is that if you don't know who has called you or who sent you, you everything goes. All right, like how do I want to explain this now? If you want to be out there, and just in the name of being out there,
You'll be out there.
you'll be out there, and you can do anything to be out there.
Yeah.
You understand? But like I'll say this quickly now. For this very particular months, for instance, initially there was a time, if you check, I'll do weddings Saturday, Sundays, Saturday, Sunday, Sunday. So at some point I wanted to focus on quality and not quantity anymore.
Okay.
So you see me, I do 2 weddings right now in a month,
And you just chill.
and I'm good to go. The pay for the 2 months is far better than what I was doing for 5 or 6 months.
Okay, so basically, you did lots of it to gain your visibility.
To gain your
but
visibility
in the right
right part.
Okay.
You understand? So you before you
But do
can
you think that process was slow? Because that's something somebody else will be thinking, but how many events do I need to do? Do you think that process was slow for you?
that is it, and that's the test.
Okay.
Do you get me? The test you must pass at everything is a test of time. Even businesses do not just start blossoming. Do you get? Now, there is a principle called the principle of a decade.
Okay.
The principle of a decade states that whatever you do in a 10-year time
Will replicate in the
should, at that 10-year time, should thrive effortlessly.
Okay.
So if you can give yourself 10 years
Yeah.
to build, to invest in, after the 10th year, it thrives on its own.
Okay.
You understand? For instance, I mentioned 2014, right? My 10th year is completing next year.
Okay.
All right. So by next year, I'm doing my 10th year anniversary as a professional MC, stand-up comedian, as an entertainer.
Okay.
And it's going to be massive. So why am I relaxed now? Babe, during lockdown, while people were looking for money to eat, I was using the little money I had to invest in online classes,
Okay.
both in and outside Nigeria. All right. What was I looking for? Quality over quantity. So what I'm trying to say is that people do not want to invest time. They want the shortcut. Everybody wants it immediately. All right. And it's not the way up. One thing that builds character is time. You must give in to time. You must sow to time.
Yeah. So you can't just make it to
You can't just wake up and sleep and wake up and you are at the limelight. If you get there that way, just give it time.
And also, I think that it's also sweet that we mentioned that Talking Drum did not wake up one day and decided to sell out Aztec in 2024. He didn't just wake up one day and decide that he's going to sell
You want
out.
to hear that story?
No, the thing is, if we're talking about success as a Christian and how you can discover your purpose as a Christian, it's also important that they should know that it does not come just like that.
Overnight.
Just like he's saying it. It doesn't even come in the 10 years he has spoken. There was a show Talking Drum did in Aztec, and I think we could count ourselves.
2019, we're 50.
We could count ourselves in the hall.
50.
Okay.
50.
So
The entertainers I brought mocked me on stage. Mocked my whole life. My hard-earned 5 million, the first 5 million I made, went down the drain.
before then, he tried another show in Uniport. We could still count
Habitat.
ourselves. So I think that everyone should understand that when you understand your purpose and the time and your covenant with God, then you can decide that you are on that path. So when you hear him talk about it, it's not a 1 or 2 years journey.
At all. Just like you mentioned, just reminded me the Habitat show, where Timmy Dakolo came.
Yeah. I think then Sabinus was also there. He was also at that point.
Sabinus too. Sabinus was Mr. Funny, or he's still Mr. Funny,
Funny.
but then just there was no
Mr.
Sabinus
Funny.
there.
Yeah, he was still Mr. Funny.
There's no
yeah.
Sabinus. He has not begun this kid stuff, and I could remember that hall. There was no fan. were sweating, and the truth is that, like you said, because I said something, I posted it online. I think Facebook reminds me that every year, that one day I'm going to sell out O2 Arena as a comedian.
Yeah.
You remember the
Yeah,
post?
it's been a while. Yeah.
Facebook remind me that every day. Why I post some of those things is not because I want to show off. That's how what my
dream.
spirit. That's the dream. That's what my spirit has. Like, I'm doing EUI next year,
Okay.
and when I spoke about EUI, I spoke about EUI 2 years
2 years ago in the other show.
Do you understand? I spoke about EUI in the other show, and somebody who
You
listened
spoke
to
about it last
year. So somebody, no, this year, June.
Yeah.
So somebody who heard me speak about it then will think, why is this guy bluffing? Like, you never even fit. But I know where I'm headed. All right. So because I understood the call, the caller.
The call and the color. Okay, now moving forward, understanding the call and the color. Do you think that all of this is because you feel that your commitment with God is just working, or you think that you're just so good and it just has to be you succeeding, or you think that it's just your time, or you think that you're just good and funny?
Good and funny. I'm not funny, oh. I'm only trying. People wait funny past me money now. I mean, must be for broken. People wait funny past me, but we never even see limelight. You understand? Now, the exceptional thing between me, or what distincts me with every other comedian, is the calling.
Okay.
It's the calling. The only thing God is committed to perform in your life is the calling. The day you find the call of God upon your life and his hand rests upon it, everything begins.
Okay, so now when it comes to spirituality, everything has to be balanced. So when it comes to entertainment, emceeing, family, it's as if you're more into weddings, right?
Yeah, I do weddings. I do few of corporate jobs, and also, like we said, now if I have to MC a party, it has to be defined, because I don't do all those wicked and wide. Those kind of pool party, bikini day out, all those. The moment it comes to those captions, the moment you come with those captions, just I think one thing I'm also enjoying now is that I've also come to realize that the moment people have anything that they know that is not clean, they don't bother looking for me. They don't bother looking for me because they know that it's no, that's not the brand. So I celebrate that a lot, and I'm happy about that.
So you were telling me about someone who.
Day before yesterday, I actually spoke to somebody came visiting in my house, and we got talking and all of that. And when we dived into it, and the guy was like, he said, "Okay, I don't smoke, I don't drink," because he has seen me for a while. But so what about women?
Okay.
And I told him emphatically. The first place I told my wife I love you was that Mobi filling station at Waterlines.
Okay.
In front of there one night, I think when
you guys were doing lovers work.
We were walking and all of that. So I told her I love you. And from that night till date, this is 9 years and still counting. I have not, and will never, cheat on her and all of that. And I say it boldly because I understand the principle of one shall chase 1,000, two shall chase 10,000.
All right, while two are chasing 10,000, we're excited to launch our new partner, Pop Cola, in the house. I'm talking about our first guest ever since we signed this deal. Yes!
So I brought a deal with me.
Yes, so. Okay, so which one are you going for? There is Pop Apple, there is Pop Tropical, there is Pop Cola. This is the family name. And of course there is Water, and of course there is Pop Apple. So he's going for.
I like fair ladies.
It's true. His wife is very fair. Very fair.
I love anything yellow.
God, that very good.
Sister, God, that very good. And so many girls are tending to be fair. It's only God has been saving me. It's God has been saving me.
Fair lady that
my
you got.
Sister.
You like it?
Yeah.
Not too sugary.
Just there.
Just
fine.
there. Yeah. There's this tropical feel that it has. I think that's my favorite actually. Yeah.
Not to the country every day, can't drink this and go.
Come here now. We know how to take care of our guests. Trust me on this. All right, so we are going now. I have this fear for upcoming Christians who the church, for example, while growing up or while trying to build and mold my dream, I had a reverend who was solidly behind me. You knew me.
Yeah.
For every event in my church, there was no need for a red carpet. He would do a red carpet and say, "Oh, he has that talent. Let her stay there." And that was how I built my red carpet game. If you remember, I came into the industry doing red carpets and nobody could come close. So I think that if churches gave people that opportunity to help them to build it without striving to be in the world, what do you think? And use that to conclude, please.
Well, I would not just say churches. I would say this, that if nobody supports you, support yourself.
That's strong. Supporting yourself could be very difficult. You know
Support
how expensive you need to this industry is in the first place.
Yes.
And you need to meet up.
I do. I say this because I grew from there. I came from there.
Did you have any mentor in Port Harcourt?
Well, when I started entertainment, no mentor in Port Harcourt.
Were there people that gave you gigs?
The only person did not give me gigs. The only person that has ever taken me to an event to sit down and watch and see how it is done, Dan the Himeros.
Wow.
And one pastor's birthday at Rupoko. And guess what? It was also on his birthday that I discovered myself. 22nd of September, like I said. And he was the first person I called when I finished the encounter with God. Because he had been my friend way back. And what he answered me is that he has been waiting for this call. All right. So, but what I'm saying in essence is that there's this language I don't like in the industry. Carry me along.
Yeah. Even in as much as some people just say it as a phrase, not really meaning it, they really want you to show them the direction they can go.
That's what I'm saying. What if I point you to the wrong direction?
Okay, so that answers it. Find your purpose.
Find it yourself.
Find it
yourself. Because let me tell you the simplest truth. The only thing that has helped me remain is because I know, like I will repeat it again 100 times, I know the calling. I know what is embedded in the calling. So I am sticking to it. I've had pastors, senior pastors, who have asked me to do otherwise.
Wow.
Yes. I've had pastors. I'll use the word pastors. I don't know who called them, but they pose as pastors who has tried to lure me to belong to where they belong. And I refused. I turned it down. So what I'm saying is that if you don't know where you're headed, anybody can pick you in a vehicle and take you where you're not headed.
And you told that part.
And when
you want to turn back, it'll be too late.
Too late. So find your path, stick to it.
Find your path and stick to it. Do you agree? Do you disagree with Pastor Talking Drum? All you need to do is to drop your comments and opinion on the comment section, and of course we'll come dialoguing from there. I would also do the tagging so that you can go in and talk. If he charges you, you try to pay too. Alright, see you on another exciting episode of the Vibrant TV Talk Show next week. Bye.